You don't have to be a star,
No,
baby,
not this
to
again.
be on this show. You don't have to be a star angel, but you better be bold. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Happy New Year to I, I just know you were not doing the snake.
No, I didn't do the snake. I was doing, that, the
Okay.
snake, you
All
know.
right. Okay, stop. Happy New Year's to everybody. I cannot believe that in a couple of hours we are going into 2025. But meantime, in between time, once again, welcome to the Little Hut Podcast, baby. Yeah. Brown, brown, brown. That damn brown on Cleveland. Give me some. Hanging out with Angel Washington today. But before we move on, I got to say hello to my sponsors, Angel. They've been riding with me for the whole entire year. First is my favorite realtor. Her name is Aletha Johnson over in Maple Heights from Dream Team Realty. So if you're looking for a property and you better have some good credit, don't call her and you got a 200 credit score because it's not going to happen. But call Aletha right now at 216-375-3681. Get yourself a little hut like me, a
Oh
hole in the
Lord.
wall, and get out that apartment, right? Because we don't want that old senator to come by your house and talk about it. Okay. Then we got New Beginnings, 1111 Creations over in Maple Heights. Maple Heights love me. I don't know why, because I always talk about them. If you're looking for t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, cups, mugs, team uniforms, Angel, whatever the case may be, call Angie Marie at 216-395-7335. Then, of course, I got to say hello to my good buddies over in Garfield Heights, Concerned Citizens. They always look out for your girl. And again, I don't know what it is about these people because, I'll go in on them and they still love them some brown, brown, brown. That darn brown on Cleveland. So, how are you today, Angel?
I am doing well. I am so excited that it's New Year's Eve. And I
Yeah.
just can't wait to see what 2025 is going to bring us.
What's that on top of your head?
Ah, this is my Happy New Year little shindig. I
Ah,
couldn't come to the hut. I had to come to, come correct. So I
okay.
bore my little crown thing.
Is that something that Will bought you? I'm just curious.
No, actually, we have it for New Year's Eve,
Okay,
and
okay,
everybody wear different hats. So while
okay.
we hanging
That's
out
pretty
at
nice.
home because we don't be in the streets on New
That's
Year's
pretty nice
Eve.
too.
We
I
right
got my
here.
New Year
Your
hair
New
bun
Year
on.
bun is
Yeah,
nice
I
and
do.
fresh.
Absolutely, always. So I'm rocking my thing. But also, too, listen, I want to show you something real quick before we get into the top 5 stories of 2024. See, look, I still got Christmas gifts here that I have to give out. And as you see, they're empty, but they got somebody's name on
The
them. And
clock is ticking.
yeah, one got Senator Shirley Smith name on there.
Oh Lord,
Sure
have
enough,
mercy.
she got
Look,
this gift here.
I got something for you on that.
Yeah, look, she got the wine gifts. Y'all call former Senator Shirley Smith, let her know to come to the little hut, come to the hole in the wall, and get her bottle of wine from Kimberly F. Brown and Brown on Cleveland because I need to thank her for promoting and encouraging me to get down to the Get Down with the Little Hut podcast, and she deserves this. Woo!
Ow! As you can see, I put my
I
appropriate
know,
shades
I
on
know.
for the shade that came from number 5.
I know, but listen, top 5 stories 2024. Happy New Year's, you guys. We are going into 2025. So let's get down to the Get Down with the top 5 stories from Brown on Cleveland and Newsbreak. Story number 5. Story number 5, Angel. was about the race for the 21st District of Ohio. That was the race between Elliot Forham, Eric Sennenberg, and my girl right here, Angel Washington. It was one of the best races I've ever seen in my 25 years of living. Brown on Cleveland.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I actually looked at the numbers last night. I was going through making my New Year's reel, and I saw the numbers from the Democratic endorsement.
Yeah.
And even though it was no endorsement in the race, your girl got 58.7%. So I
Okay.
almost got the endorsement.
Okay.
Almost.
But you know what's funny about that race? That race was so funny because a lot of people wanted Elliot Forham out to seat. And being serious, when Elliot Forham came inside the little hut, I liked that guy. I mean, he's goofy, goofy, not in a negative sense, in a positive sense, meaning that he has such a nice personality. He's very humorous. And him
Hmm.
and I, we laughed, and laughed down here in the little hut. And then, too, he knows his business. I like the fact that he's a Yale graduate, he's an attorney, and he knows his business. But I'm very upset about what happened to him during the course with all this court hearing and what happened with the Democratic Party and how that lady LaDosha Wright came after him first, and then she ended up endorsing him. You say what? Story number 5.
Hey, story number 5 got me a little confused in the
Hmm.
little hut, but I jumped in the race because at the time it was so much stuff going on, and I just wanted to make sure that my area had equal representation. So I felt like what was going on, I didn't think it was looking good, so I throw my hat out there.
Very good. The only thing that really pissed me off about this race is when Shirley Smith, and as a journalist, I was so wrong
Hmm.
because journalists, we do not take down stories whatsoever. And I took a story down because she had a little temper tantrum and she was wrong. And she called my house a hole in the wall. She called it, well, she didn't call it a little hut. I called it a little hut. But she called me a black ASSBITCH. And no woman on this earth, no black woman, should ever refer to another black woman, colored woman, African American woman of such. When you're wrong, you're wrong. As grown folk, especially by her being almost 100. She closer to 100 than I am.
Here we
I
go
don't
with
care.
this 100.
She should have
This
come back and she should have apologized. But in lieu of the fact is this, I do applaud her. You know why? Because had it not been for her, the little hut would not be on the ride. So I ain't mad at her as we go into 2025. I congratulate her. Thank you for all you've done, but don't call this phone again because it ain't open to you.
You know, I agree. We should not talk about each other like that in that way.
Nah,
You
especially
know,
when you're wrong.
yeah. So you did a great deed. You took the
Yeah,
story down, and
I
but the
did.
story was down before I can even get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
People was calling me, asking me about it, and telling me, texting me, and I go look for the story, and it was gone. I said, "Lord have mercy."
Well,
I
here's
said,
the
"So,
thing. Here's the thing. The story is not gone. The story is just on pause. See, the story can always be put back up. So don't ever think you slick. Brown, brown, brown. That darn brown on Cleveland. Story number 5. Story number 4. Ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord. This is when the crybabies came out. Ooh, they cried, they cried, they cried. And these are the same people supposed to be leaders in our community. We did the Filthy Neighborhood series. We covered Garfield, Maple, Warrensville, Cleveland Heights, South Euclid, University Heights, Warrensville, Richmond Heights, Highland Hills, North Randall, and Woodmere. Let me tell you something. Woodmere
I was
was
about to say
very
Woodmere was
impressive.
clean. You said it was
Oh
immaculate,
man,
right?
absolutely. I applaud Ben Hobart and City Council and the residents over there. Now, the nastiest community, man, was that damn Richmond Heights under
Richmond
May
Heights?
Richmond Heights under Mayor Kim Thomas.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. I went to one part of Richmond Heights, right, and the sewer was literally caving in. I called, complained. It took these jokers about 7 weeks to replace that sewer, number one. And then number two, here's what got me. Now, y'all know my hair is always together, right? Come on, give me some. Give me
Yeah,
some.
you always got
Right?
it. Look, as they
Yeah.
would say in the old days, fried died and laid
And
to the
lay it to the
side.
side. Listen, I go down one street in Richmond Heights. The Richmond Heights bug started to chase me and attack me. I kid you not. If I wasn't in my right mind, I'd have thought that Mayor Kim Thomas, you know, charged her bugs to get me from coming into her community. I mean, that was just a nasty community. I was just like, wow, not all of Richmond Heights, but the worst part is always the best part. I don't care what anybody says.
Mhm.
So they need to clean that up. It was a filthy neighborhood series. And listen, don't get mad at me because I found trash. And then Highland Hills, Mayor David Booker, he got so mad at me because he had them crazy bushes and he had a pole sticking out the bushes. And I called him out on his shiggity boo. Oh, and he had them signs that need to be replaced because you can't see them anymore. This guy gonna tell me on Facebook, he gonna say, I'll meet you any place, anytime, anywhere if you want to have a real conversation. Uh, I'm still waiting.
Well,
Hmm.
and it's about to be 2025.
Listen, Angel, don't get mad at me because I called y'all out on y'all shiggity boo. All I wanted was for you
Well,
guys
which city did you call out that responded, got it cleaned up, and did it in a good amount of time?
North Randall.
All right, I say we get some
Give some
claps for
love,
that.
give some love. And,
Yeah.
and listen, and let me tell you something about the people in Garfield Heights while we're talking about story number 4. Garfield Heights probably had about 5,000 of their residents following me. And you talking about the council came out and cleaned up, the mayor dispatched to clean up people in Garfield Heights. I mean, they really took care of the business because they was like, listen, Brown, you're not going to put us out like that. And then that damn Tanisha Mack award too. She called me out on Facebook. She sure did. She said, let me tell you something, Miss Brown. She sure did. It was funny. She was like, before you come through my community, see me first. I said, no, I ain't got to do that because, see, you're the safety director. And when I see tall bushes and all that stuff, I'm holding you accountable because you decided to take
You
that
better
seat.
watch
Yeah,
yourself. Kimmy done told you. Kimmy done told you you're
yeah,
gonna get busted in the nose in 2025 out here getting tough with people.
yeah. But you know what? I have so much respect for Councilwoman Tanisha Mack, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because one thing she did not do, she didn't talk behind my back. She didn't call me out my name, please.
She came right to you.
Right? She came to me like a woman, like a community leader. So I appreciate her. But yet and still, she still cleaned up what I told her to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Brown, brown, brown. That darn brown on. What is that? A bird? Cleveland.
That sounds like a hawk or
I
something, a
know.
crow.
Let's go to story number 3. Story number 3 is funny, right? It's always about the presidential election. This election was full of shiggity boo. You call it shiggity shack. JD Vance, President Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump. Let's start this off. When I was talking to Frederica, when Frederica was on a podcast, we was talking about how the Democratic Party, how they kicked Joe old ass out the race. They told Joe, go on, Joe, we don't want you. Frederica said, well, he needed to go. I said, no, they needed to get rid of Kamala, not Joe. What do you say? Brown or Cleveland?
Well, we've been butting heads on this one,
I know.
but I was down for Kamala, but you will agree, you agree with me that the Kamala that from back in the day is
Okay.
the Kamala that I was waiting for to show up that never showed up.
I
So I
agree.
would say that. Like I rocked with Kamala and I thought that this is a smart woman. This is a woman with a lot of experience.
Back
This
in the
is a
day.
woman that can hold her own. I seen it back in the day. So I thought when she came that that's what we was going to get and continue to get. But
But Angel, let me
we
ask you.
got the new Kamala.
But who told her to come off like a cackling hen? People were
I
out
don't
here
know what
saying,
that was about. That
people were
and
out
it
here
and
saying,
it really irritated a
crazy.
lot of people. And I just kept ignoring it because I just, just in the I didn't want Trump again. I didn't. And I just wanted,
Yeah,
and I mean it was a chance to, we could have got her elected to have a woman of color,
yeah.
woman president. That was all historical and something I wanted to be a part of because I kind of missed out when Barack Obama got in. I was a new mom, so I kind of missed out on all
Mhm.
that. So I was jumping on the bandwagon.
Okay, but here's the thing though. I wonder who told her to laugh like a laughing cow. And what really got me is when JD Vance called her a cat woman. Dude, that was so disrespectful. And then when they called her a cat woman, he didn't like the fact that, white folks was mad at him because he didn't marry a white woman. And they start calling her names.
Mm-hmm.
See how karma is? See how that
Yeah,
boomerang
that's
is?
karma. That's why you can't play around with it.
And then I watched Jill Biden. She got mad because they kicked Joe Biden. Them DMs told him, take your butt on. I just kind of felt like this. That entire race was comical. People on YouTube, they're still talking about it. I think Kamala should have never allowed them to use her like an old raggedy shoe, because they did. Who told this woman not to respond? Who told her to become the laughing stock of America? That's the part I didn't like. I kind of believe that they used her. They just used her because they didn't want to mess up Joe's legacy, because they knew that Joe was not going to beat Trump. So what they did, they said, we're going to get a fall guy, in this case, a fall woman, and she fell in. I truly believe this, Angel, being 100% serious Brown on Cleveland, a political strategist, is that she should have stayed out that race. She should have waited for the next 4 years. She should have sharpened her skills, then came out. I think America would have, respected her much more, and they would have taken her serious. I'm just saying, Brown on Cleveland. What do I know? I don't know too much. But when she came out, I told everybody in America she was not the one. She was not going to win. And a lot of people got upset. Hey, Brown on Cleveland, I'm only 13-0. I win races, can't win my own because I get clobbered myself, right? Showing up, do. My family even laugh at me. They crazy too, but that's just the truth. Brown on Cleveland.
Well, you live and you learn. And, like I said, I supported her, but she was definitely never brought any of the Kamala that I thought we would see at some point.
That's
So,
correct. So
yeah.
here we go. 2025, Donald Trump is the president for the next 4 years. The Dems tried to use a scare tactic to America. I wish America stopped saying, "Ooh, we in trouble." We not. Let me tell y'all something, black people. We done been through so much. There's nothing this man can do to us that's gonna make us fall by the wayside. We're
Nothing.
strong. We're warriors. Keep pushing on. Get your home in order. Get your finances in order. And don't worry about what this cat does. Listen, if you try to hit us, we know how to duck and dodge and make things
We've been
happen.
doing it for how many years?
She 800 years.
We came here
It's still
ducking and
going.
dodging. So we
You
gonna
know,
be all right.
y'all better go ask Harriet Tubman. Go knock on her tombstone. Harriet Tubman to tell y'all how
Mhm.
many slaves.
We gonna be all right
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna be fine.
Some of the other people might not be all right because they don't have the tenacity that we have, but we definitely
Correct.
gonna be all right.
Correct. Brown, brown, brown. That darn Brown on Cleveland. Let's go to story number 2. Now, story number 2, Angel, comes off of Newsbreak, because I am a news reporter.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows it. News reporter. I'm a DJ. Oh, and by the way, I am one of the best mixologists here in the region. I don't care what nobody say. I can mix better than mostly any male out here. Kim Brown got some. Excuse me. I kid you not. Okay, you're a hater. Anyway, you're just such a hater. Lost, when you have a party, don't call me. I'm telling you now. Okay, don't, because the
You
answer
know,
is
I'm
no.
gonna call you.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna respond. Just so you know. Okay. All right. Story number 2, lost toddler in Garfield Heights. This story on Newsbreak got me 88,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a story where a kid was found wandering in Garfield Heights, and the Garfield Heights police officers, of course, they found him and they put his photo up on social media, and the parents were nowhere to be found. I got a call from several people in Garfield Heights asking me to write the story so therefore I can aid the police and to help find
The
the
parents.
parents, the mom and dad, and they did. Our kids are very, very important. We got human trafficking going on, Angel.
Mm-hmm.
You say what? Brown on Cleveland.
Human trafficking, sex trafficking, and people don't realize that Ohio is such a hub.
Hmm.
And I guess I didn't realize it either. But when you literally go in the bathroom at the airport, there's
Yeah.
like warnings to people like, if you're being trafficked, this is what you need to do when you come out. And
Hmm.
it's like really sad. So I'm glad that you did write that story because, they always say the first 48 hours are the most important. So the fact that we were able to get that information out,
Yeah. So yeah, and the thing about Newsbreak, sometimes people don't like Newsbreak or whatever, but our analytics, we cover over I think 165, million people. So when I get 88K, that's still not enough, but it's enough for this region to sound the
Hmm.
alarm. And I do know that I was the only media person to cover that story. Because one thing about Newsbreak is this: we don't try to do what other people do. Sometimes you watch the news and
Yeah.
everybody's covering the same story. We do things different. See, we're cover a story. We will cover a story about a cat up in the tree. 19538, they won't do that because they
Yeah.
don't think it's going to generate anything, for their advertisers. Me as a reporter, I don't care about that. If it's worthy, if it's news, I don't care if we get one
How
view
long
or
did
if we
how
get
long did it
200,000.
take for the parents to come forward?
It took about 3 hours.
See,
3 hours. Yes,
and
3 hours.
without that story, it could have took days.
Absolutely. And I don't know the end result of what happened to the parents, because I didn't follow that. I didn't want
Hmm.
to report on that. My job was not to embarrass the parents or put them out there. My job was to help the city of Garfield Heights locate the mom and dad, the relatives of this baby boy that they found wandering. And the message is this: parents, you have these kids, be a responsible parent, take care of them, and know where your kids are at all times. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. Anything else you want to add, Angel?
Better get you an air tag and put it in your kid's back pocket somewhere on their body.
Amen. All right, let's go to story number one. Story number one is pretty interesting. Now, remember
Yeah,
Ohio?
one already. That was quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We had the blackout in Ohio. That story
Oh,
generated me 94,000 views. I mean, now I must say this: I made so much money off that story. It was crazy.
well, I
And
hope you made enough to replace your groceries.
Uh, well, I did, but here's the thing. I lost $300 during the
Hmm.
blackout, and I was upset about that because I had gone to Sam's Club and I had just bought groceries, and then we had the blackout. My lights were out for 4.5 days, and what
Yep.
really upset me was the fact that we had presidential candidates. We had Donald Trump and we had Kamala Harris, and neither one of them came to Ohio to see about us, to see what was going on. So it pissed me off. It pissed me off about our congressional people because the only thing they wanted to give us was ice and water. Ain't that the same thing? One's frozen, one not. I think we worth more than damn water, Brown on Cleveland.
I think so too. And I mean, I know that they did stuff for people that were on assistance, but what about
So
the
did.
everyday working people? Why couldn't we get some type of assistance? Because I lost groceries as well. And some people never recovered. I know
Nope.
a woman who owns a restaurant and she lost all of her food and she hasn't opened her doors back to her restaurant yet because she's still trying to recover.
It was terrible. And the other thing is, like you said, people on SNAP, they got their benefits replenished, right?
A
The
couple of
the
times.
Yeah, the wealthy people, they got a subsidy. But the middle class people that everybody is always talking about, us, me, you, people who work every day, sometimes we got it. So most of us got a nice, pretty decent income, but we still can't afford just to give away $300, $400. We can't afford to do that. And it pissed me off because I'm sorry, we live in a Democrat county. We do, Cuyahoga County. And
Hmm.
they didn't help us. They didn't help me. And I'm upset about that. And this is something that Bernie Sanders talked about. One reason why Kamala lost is because the Democrat Party, you guys have been taking middle class Americans for granted. When I had my segment on National Fox News, and they were asking me about the presidential election, I told them, listen, the economy is a hot ass mess, and nobody can deny it. And I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Dem. I'm an independent. So I can go either way depending on what's right because I'm not going to go wrong. I got to do what's best for me and my family. But anyway, the blackout was the number one story.
Rightfully so. I see, because that means it's a lot of people that probably was in the same boat as us,
Hmm.
lost some groceries with nobody to help.
Yeah,
And we just
Brown.
had to take it on the chin.
Boy.
Oh God, here she come.
Ah,
Who look, who in the hell let the gates open?
uh, first of all, who are you?
Kimmy, I am
But who
Angel
are
Washington.
you? See,
Angel
let's,
Washington.
let's, let's get something straight. This is the last day of 2025. Now, I've been quiet I've let Kim do her thing. And by the way, somebody gonna punch her in that nose. Cause she talked too damn much. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I what's that girl named Deborah Gray? I wouldn't let her talk crazy about me. Talking about she a senior citizen. You probably should have pushed her down. Should have put her face in the snow. Talking crazy. And you got the nerves to be up here talking about you on a little hot podcast. Did you come to me? Who you looking at? Girl, let me tell you something. Kim don't run nothing but her damn mouth. And quiet as it's kept, that girl ain't gonna bust a Girl, I know it.
Well, Kimmy, what you got for 2020, for the end of 2024 for the people? What you got good?
Don't you worry about it. You asking me questions. Listen, y'all think y'all scared of Madam or all the Queen's men? You ain't seen Madam.
Not Madam, no. You know about Madam, Kimmy?
Even Marcel don't want none of this. Girl, please.
You better get the concierge.
Yeah, well, let me tell y'all something. I'm just gonna say Happy New Year's. I'm gonna say stay out of trouble. And I'm gonna say this. If Big Sis talk mess about y'all in 2025, just go. She can't fight.
Well, Kimmy then reared her little head. I knew she was coming.
Girl, ooh, I can't stand her. Angel, I don't even know. Like you said, who let the gate open?
Yeah.
To the psych ward? Girl, I wish that girl would come try to put my face in the snow, see what happens. Listen, don't let little Kimmy get y'all in trouble.
Messed up. Mm-hmm.
She be talking crazy. Man, please. But listen, I had a great year, Angel. It's been a great year for me. I kid you not. I wouldn't trade my year for anybody. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot, and I'm going to keep moving. I know, being serious, we got election 2025 coming,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm very, very excited for it. So I'm just going to say happy holidays to everybody and have the best new year possible. If you need me, just reach out to me and call me. I know that, hey, a lot of people don't like me, but the funny part about it is I don't like them either. But I was at an event the other day, Angel, and I met some great people. I was over at Fair Hill, and everybody walked in the door. I don't even think they know my name. They was like, "Hey, Brown, 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 Brown," and I'm looking at people like, "Do I know you?" I was like, "No, I just follow your podcast. I see you on Facebook." This is my signature. I'm not gonna change it because that's how people recognize me in the community. But again, Happy New Year's to everybody. And may God keep you and bless you. And please be safe out there today.
Thank you for allowing me to grace the Little Hut podcast. I came in person to the Little Hut podcast, and to be a co-host was truly an honor. Thank you for doing the work that you do, bringing the story and the news to the people. And don't be retracting articles in the future. Let the people keep the articles.
I agree.
And I just want to say, this was a blessed year for me. I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people in 2024. And I am eternally grateful for everything that I participated in 2024. And I am just ready to thrive in 25.
There you go. So again, you don't have to be a star, baby, to be on our show. You don't have to be a star, baby, but you better be bold. Say goodbye, Angel.
Goodbye. Bye, 2024. See y'all on the other side.
You guys have a great new year, and please be safe. Brown, 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 brown. That damn brown on. You're supposed to say Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. I was ready to say straight from the Little Hut. I was making it my own thing in my mind.